Good morning, boys and girls. So, I mentioned on a tape or two ago, or video, whatever the hell you call these on YouTube, about strength training and why I think strength, if you have time on your list for one thing to do, you should focus on strength training. And or making money. Okay, whatever. I definitely put strength before making money. Now, the reason I'm going to go over strength today is one, it was part of the game video, so physique. Okay. Yes, you can go to the gym and do a bunch of bodybuilding, 5 exercises for this and that, 5 sets of 10, but that's really just getting blood in the muscles. It pumps them up there. That's why it's called a pump. You got to get your quick picture for Instagram because that shit's going away in 30 minutes when your blood flow regulates back to normal. Even worse, you could do some CrossFit bullshit, but in which case, oh God, you're hopeless. No, just playing. But the thing about it, if you focus on strength, and I mean 5 reps or less on each set, I recommend you stick with 5s. Why? Well, because 1 reps are a test of strength. They're not a strength builder. 10 rep max is too far away from your 1 rep max to improve it. Okay? 5 reps are right in between. They will make you grow. Why? Because if your bench goes up, if your bench, your press, your row, your chins, your dips go up, you're going to get bigger. It's just a fact. You've never seen a guy with a big bench press and a small chest and arms. You've never seen a guy with a big overhead press who had puny shoulders, narrow shoulders. You've never seen a guy with a big row and deadlift who had a thin back. You've never watched a guy squat a lot who had scissor legs, okay? So that's 1. And physique is important, guys. There's nothing you can do about this. This right here, it's what God gave you, unless you got Kardashian money and inject yourself with all sorts of plastic and go in with a grinder and take care of the bones. Ain't shit you can do about it. I mean, I used to have okay hair, but even though I'm thinning out, but I'm almost 40, so I don't give a shit. I already told my girlfriend watching Hobbs and Shaw, I'm like, you better pick one now. I'm either bicking it or doing the full crew. I love Jason Statham. Like he's a man's man. You can tell because he's just so low maintenance. If you ever look at his facial hair, it always matches the length of his upper hair. Like he just puts it on the same setting and does a once over and calls it good. And that's why I love him. But back to strength and why it should be number 1 is because, guys, your time is limited. There's only 24 hours in a day and 7 days in a week. Between work and spending time with your friends and your kids, if you got any, and walking the mutt and chasing tail or whatever you're doing, working on killing them brain cells. Oh, yeah, I love that. That's not a bad brand. Bohemia is better. Anyway, so limited time. Okay, golf. If you enjoy golf, that's fine, but just know that golf makes you better at golf and nothing else. Jogging, if you enjoy it, do it, fine. But Spock would call it illogical because it literally makes you better at nothing but jogging. Okay? Think about it. How many say, oh no, Dusty, it keeps you healthy. Right, okay, if you know any pharmacists, ask them what old people come in for more, pain medication or heart medicine? Probably pain medication. Why is that? Because as we get older, our joints deteriorate. And you can do I'll touch more on this later, but you can do all the kettlebell swings and fucking battle ropes and reverse hypers and foam rollers in the fucking world. Guess what? Your spine is deteriorating at the same rate as everyone else. And so what is going to be better for you when you're 60? We're both going to have a 60-year-old spine. Who's going to be better off? The guy with the 60-year-old spine whose lower back and hips can't pick up 100 pounds? Or the guy with a 60-year-old spine surrounded by muscle and tendon that can still pick up 500 pounds off the floor? You tell me who's going to have it worse. All the old guys at work, whenever they see me single-handedly pick up a generator or a whacker or a fucking whatever, air compressor and put it in the back of somebody's truck who's got to get going. Oh, take it easy on Oh, take it easy, young man, you'll hurt yourself. No, you idiot. Taking it easy is why your back is weak. A weak back is not a healthy back. I don't take it easy. I deadlift like a motherfucker. And that's why I can pick this shit up. And so, it's at that point I got to sit on my slapping hand. For some reason in our society, it's become doing nothing with your back your whole life is going to preserve your back. No, that's like saying, people who sit in who are wheelchair bound have the biggest fucking legs because they take it easy on their legs and don't ever use them. Fucking idiots. And so, no, muscular atrophy is what you get by not using it, okay? So, but strength, okay, even fighting will make you better at fighting and nothing else. Sure, there's discipline and toughness involved, but there is with weightlifting too. When you unrack a bar in the squat and the weight is literally making you nervous that, oh shit, I don't think I can do this. 1, 2, I definitely can't do this, but you force yourself. That other voice comes out in your head, hey, you're not a pussy, get this done. 3, 4, 5, okay. Oh my God, I didn't think I could do that. That builds the same kind of mental fortitude. And so, again, not to go off on the fighting thing, we'll get to that more, but sport specific, I see a lot of, the baseball, what if I train with a baseball that's 2 ounces heavier than a regular ball or bigger glove? I used to do the same thing. I got the biggest boxing gloves I could to practice with. And I learned the hard way. All I was doing was messing with my distance, because you wear boxing gloves where you connect this much closer to your opponent, and then you get in the cage and you take them down to 4 ounces and you're like, oh shit. And you have to adjust real quick because all my punches are coming up 6 inches short because of those big damn gloves. And my timing is off. And so all sport specific practicing with weighted implements for your sport is going to do is throw your timing off, and it's not going to make you stronger, guys. What is it going to swinging a golf club or pitching a heavier baseball or boxing gloves that are, I don't know, half a pound heavier than the normal implements going to make you stronger than benching 350 pounds? No, it will not. That's the only answer. No. The answer is no. And so, I have a friend, Mo. If you live in Reno, go check out his show. He's a good stand-up comic. And if he's fighting again, check that out too. He's a good fighter. But now I'm going to talk some shit about him, because we always have this discussion. He's not sold on strength. And my argument is always, Mo. Okay, Mo. Okay. Why do fighters take steroids then? What do steroids do? What do they do? Do they teach you 100 submission holds and how to escape 100 submission holds? No, they don't. Do they teach you a flawless double leg into a high crotch single, into a hip toss, into a fireman's carry, single, whatever else I missed? No, they don't. Are they going to teach you the timing to slip a punch by mere millimeters and be right there to counter with your own punch? No, they don't. What do steroids do? They make you generally stronger. That is the only answer. They make you generally stronger. What else makes you generally stronger? 400-pound squat, 400-pound deadlift, a 300-pound bench press, a 200-pound overhead press. That makes you stronger. So, and going back to the physique thing, if you're a fighter, maybe that's your thing, and that's okay. But, but we were talking about game. Unless you're going to be that guy that always talks about how good at fighting he is, nobody's going to know. When I was fighting and I was 140 pounds, could anybody tell I worked out when I had a shirt on? No, I had to take it off in order for them to see my veiny 12-inch biceps and my abs. Now that I'm 175 pounds, can most people tell I work out when they look at me? Come on, look at that. And yeah, they can. Even though I'm carrying a little extra body fat, whatever, they can. So, again, physique-wise, the fighter has to fight to prove he can. The weightlifter looks like he can fight, so nobody fucks with him, and he doesn't have to fight anyway. Unless you're talking about heavyweight fighters. But that's just a weightlifter that knows how to fight. Right? All right. And yes, endurance cannot build strength, but strength will build endurance. Let me explain. If you're I do farmer's carries. I compete in strongman. This is a very common event. I'm sure you've all seen it on ESPN at one point. It's just where you carry 2 objects, one in each hand, walk a certain distance. If you pick up 100 pounds each hand and you go 3 laps back and forth, whatever, will you now be able to pick up 250 pounds each hand and do it? Nope. Nope, you can't, because that's 2.5 times heavier than anything you've trained for, and you won't even be able to get it off the ground. If you train, just say 50 feet at a time, let's call it 30 feet, 250 pounds, you went up from 100 to 105 to 110 to 115 as the weeks progressed, and now you can do 250 each hand and carry it. Now you can go back to 100 pounds each hand without even training for it and do it 10 times back and forth. Why? Because 100 pounds is now going to be less than half your max. All right? And so same thing with endurance and the sports, back to the sport-specific nonsense. Fighters love sport-specific bullshit. Oh man, bench pressing 400 pounds, that won't improve my punch because I don't punch like, all that strength will be gone if I punch here instead of here. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's still there. And besides, you better hope if your little cable machine is exactly this way every time and not here, not here, not here, not here, because then, according to your argument, it'll all go away. Yeah, leg extension. That's like a roundhouse, right? You extend your leg. That'll improve my kicking power way more than squatting 500 will. No. Yeah, why don't you get yourself a Thigh Master? No reason to deadlift 500 pounds. One of those little Thigh Masters. That'll give you a guard from hell. No one will be able to pass your guard if you go and get a Thigh Master in the As Seen on TV section of your local Walmart. Excuse me. So, anyway, that is my argument for strength, guys. Everything in life will be lighter. Everything in life becomes easier. It makes you more injury resistant. And, no, Dusty, it doesn't. I saw the guy on YouTube shit his guts out. Yeah, that was a 400-pound guy squatting 1,000. Don't worry. In your life, you're never going to eat the 14 meals a day and shoot $500 worth of gear into your ass every month to squat 1,000. But getting to a 405 squat for 5 reps, you don't have to worry about that. It's not going to happen. Stop. Don't worry. You're not going to get hurt with your 135-pound bench press and your 205 squat, okay? You can get those safely up to a 300-pound bench and a 400-pound squat and deadlift. Your physique's going to look a lot better. Your joints are going to be stronger. And your endurance, yes, is actually going to go up. Even your running. Because your running speed, sprinters spend more time in the gym than they do on the track, is determined by the amount. To deadlift 500 pounds, you must push with your feet 501 pounds or more to get it off the floor. So if you're a sprinter and your deadlift is 135, you can only push down 135 pounds of pressure off the floor every time. If you deadlift 500, then your foot and your leg is capable of driving 500 pounds down through the ground every single time. All right, so we are running out of time, but yeah, again, sorry. One more thing about fighting, I almost forgot. Yes, you see fighters, no, 200-pound presses overhead is useless, right? Because how many times can I do it? So they think because they're lifting their 20-pound pink color-coded dumbbells that they're going to be able to punch all night, and then they get tired. Why? Because you trained to give a 5% effort all night. Then you get in there, and you're trying to knock your guy's head off, and you're tired. Why? Because you trained to give 10%, not 100%. Just something to think about, guys. And so when it comes for bang for your buck, nothing is better than strength training. And that's why I highly recommend it and would add it to your arsenal of improving your game and everything else in life. I'm almost out of time, so I'm just going to hang it up there and tell you peace out.